Um, Welcome to That Talk Rebounding with Jumping Jackson. Today I will be starring Gloria Jimenez. She's an amazing person. I've been having a chance to have a little time to get a chance to know who she is as a person, and she's been in rebounding for some time now, and just full of life. And I can't wait to interview her and just to kind of learn about her journey when it comes to mental health and how rebounding has definitely helped her get through life, because stress is a horrible thing for a lot of people, and to have something that you can hold on to is very important. So let me see, I just invited her to come in. Let me see if she's on. Let's see here. Hey, there, she's in the building. Thanks, active with Doc. I said Hawk. You come ready and always ready to slay.
Yes, hello, baby. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing, sweetheart?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me right here. I'm so happy to share with you and to share with everybody, about mental health, wellness, and rebounding in life. I think it's very important. I think has been always important, but
Mhm.
nowadays I think it's even most important.
Right. Yeah, it's very important. And again, like, thank you for giving me some of your time. I mean, you've been a busy woman. And just before we start anything, I want to say Happy Independence Day for Peru. Like, you guys, 203 years? Oh my gosh. And you was
I
able to go to the White House and be the presenter for this. This is amazing. I want to congratulate you on that.
Thank you so much, love. I really appreciate it. It was a great experience, actually. I was born and raised in Peru. For everybody who's watching right now, I'm Peruvian. Soy peruana, like you say in Spanish.
Peruana.
But
Yeah.
I know, proud Peruvian, like we say. But at the same time, I'm American too. I became American citizen many years ago. I've been living in this country, oh my God, for probably 19 years right now. I think it's around
Nice
19 years. And
years.
I'm
Okay.
so proud of it too. And I'm always thankful to United States because, since the moment I stepped in USA country, everything was so welcoming to me. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful. But yes, I was in the White House. It was a great experience. Like I said,
Yes.
celebrating 203 years anniversary of the Peruvian independence. Jackson, that was
Wow.
crazy. It was amazing. We
Yes.
were in different, like we were in the Capitol. We're in the you call the Organization of American States as well, and
Mhm.
then of course the White House. So just sharing with all the Peruvian community
Right.
and the way that everybody comes together and celebrate together.
Exactly.
I love
Exactly.
that.
Yes. Okay.
So yes.
Well, let me go ahead and start. So tell me
Yes.
about, like, how did you fall into rebounding? What is your story?
I know, right? Jackson, I have to tell you, it has been, I think after 12 years
Hmm.
now, I finally, this year, the 2024, I decided to come out with my story because not many people knew about what happened to me. They only knew what I showed on social media or like on TV,
Hmm.
all those kind of things.
Right.
They knew about Gloria modeling, Gloria being a journalist, Gloria being a TV host,
Hmm.
all the happy times, Gloria being a dog mom, which I love my
Yes.
babies.
The
But
doggies.
yeah,
Yes.
you met them.
Yes.
They're my
Yes.
heart.
They're
They're my life.
adorable. Yes.
But not many people. Only my close circle knew about what was going on in my life, and even in the hardest times in my life, I was still smiling. I was still working, and nobody really knew what was going behind, the curtains. And we
Mhm.
say the show must go on, and
Yes. Yes. That's
and that's
true.
we
That's
are
true.
we are performers, we are entertainers, and
Hmm.
the
Right.
show must go on.
The show
And
must go
then
on. Right.
yeah, and we out ourselves to the people, to all the people that they care about us, that they
Hmm.
admire us, that we motivate, that we inspire them. So like I said, the show must go on. But yeah, finally after 12 years, actually this year, I decided to write my own biography, and I was
Okay.
published in this magazine, Latina magazine, Amare magazine in California, right here.
Okay.
And I decided to come out and share with everybody.
Okay.
about, because I think all of us, I always say all of us, we have a story, you know?
Yeah, we do. We all have a
Um,
story.
all of
Mhm.
us, a story of resilience. And in my case, yeah, how did I rebound, right? So for everybody
Yes.
who's like watching us right now, who everybody who maybe didn't really know me personally, I'm a widow, and I have to say it, after 12 years finally, you know, like I said, I used to say that to my close circle, but now I'm out and I say, yes, I'm a widow and I am a suicidal survivor, because
Mhm.
my husband killed himself at
Mhm.
young age. He died at 47,
Mhm.
and you know, I was in my 20s when I lost him.
I'm
And
sorry.
you know, you never
Yeah.
expect. Thank you so much. You never expect that, because you always expect to see a widow or a widower,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Late
Yeah.
50s, late 60s.
Mhm.
You never expect to see a young woman really, you know, losing her husband. But it happened, you know, and life, you know, changed 360 degrees from night to
Exactly.
day, literally.
Right.
And how do you rebound, right?
Yeah.
It
How do
is
you
so hard.
rebound?
I don't know how I'm here right now. At that
Yeah.
time, 12 years ago. And let me tell you, it happened. You know, I'm so happy, by the way, that we're doing this live interview, and if we can help others as well,
Mhm.
because it happened in August, and August
Um,
is a very crucial month for me every year since then,
right.
because he died August 14th, and 6 days before my birthday. My birthday is
Mhm.
August 20th, and it was even hardest, you know,
Wow.
because you're
Wow.
supposed to celebrate, you know,
Exactly.
but I didn't. And every year I always think about it. It's always with me, you know.
Mhm.
So yes, how did I rebound? You know, it's hard, but one of the things, and we are here to talk about mental health, wellness,
Right.
fitness,
Exactly.
fitness.
Exactly.
Thanks to fitness, I used to teach 4 hours of Latin cardio dance,
Mhm.
Zumba,
Mhm.
body works. I used to teach every single day a week. I
Wow.
used to live in Denver, in Colorado back at the time. I'm talking about 2012.
Okay.
So
Oh,
it was
okay.
just, I know, I was teaching in studios, in gyms, and you know what? To me, that helped me out a lot. So I'm really thankful to fitness, and that's what I want to tell to everybody. I'm
Mhm.
here to tell them, you know, definitely you need to find something
Right.
that you have to grab on to keep going on in life.
That's true.
But to me, it was fitness. It was the possibility to keep inspiring and
Mhm.
motivating others, to give this energy, because it's a feedback, you know. You give energy and you take this energy back. And to me, that was what it helps me out through the hardest times in my life. Losing my husband was, you know, I remember when
Mhm.
he passed, you know,
Right.
I was, you never expect it. Nobody, I mean,
Nobody
none of us, I think, respect,
expected.
right?
No.
Death.
No one expected.
And yeah, and it's hard when it happens all of a sudden, because it's not like a sickness, like, oh, it's cancer, or, you know, it's something,
But
it just
yeah,
happens.
it's just
And, and what I said is like always that, you know, I tried, I never took any antidepressants, guys. So I never, this is
Mhm.
something I always recommend that. And I think you are in the field,
Yes.
Jackson, because
Yes.
you know that I don't recommend myself never taking antidepressants, or like, I think if you want to help yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you will help yourself. Nobody else will help you but you. So
Exactly.
that's something that
Exactly.
I wanna encourage people to think about that.
Right.
Depression, yes, depression is a state of mind.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's
if
very
you,
true.
it's a state of mind, but if you have the strength, and you know, you can do it. So
Yes,
I
you can.
always say that.
That's
It's
true.
just, and going through grief as well, you know, because it's not only, a lot of people ask me about grief.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to tell you something, guys. Grief never ends.
And never
We
ends.
were talking, yeah, we were talking last night, right? And actually, I was yesterday in a funeral.
Mm-hmm.
My friend's husband's brother just died of cancer, and it was very, very sad. Of course, funerals are always like that. It's saying goodbye to our loved ones, right?
Right.
I went through that. I went through so many losses in my life. some losses are harder than the other ones, right? And grief never ends. Also, I do have a girlfriend as well that her brother committed suicide like 3 weeks ago, I think. A young guy. You
Right.
know, he took pills, and that was it. But like I said, grief never ends, but we learn how to coexist with it. you know
Exactly.
you
Exactly.
have to cohabit with grief. I can say it has been 12 years, and it sometimes it feels like it was yesterday. There's good days, there's bad days, but
Okay.
we learn how to cope with it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just a question. So when it came to rebounding and all the things that happen in your life, how did jumping kind of help, like in addition to fitness? 'Cause I know you
Yes.
teach dance classes,
Yes.
but the rebounding, how's that helped you like navigate through life, like through your challenges? 'Cause I know you may have your good days and your bad days,
Yes.
your days that you will go through depression. Like how did rebounding really help?
Rebounding helps a lot because in this case, we're talking, for example, with fit boots that we both do, right? Jumping, it creates endorphins in your body, makes you happy. I love bouncing. I love the feeling. It's
Right.
just all the energy, the adrenaline, it comes to, it's like from inside out. It's a feeling. It fills you out of energy.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
do
Yes.
love that. So I would recommend to everybody, definitely they need to try fit boots. I
Right.
mean, I love bouncing. I'm introducing this to a lot of people. And my respects to you, Jackson, because also you do the jumping rope is amazing. It doesn't, it's not only, I always try to say to everybody, it's not about image only. It's about how you feel, how it's
Exactly.
inside, It's not only image, oh, I need to have this good body because the society tells me, oh, you don't have to be fat, you have to be this, you have to be that. It's not about that. It's about making you feel good
Exactly.
inside out, because everything
Exactly.
starts from inside in order for you
Yes.
to project to everybody. So jumping, that has a lot of benefits. Jumping ropes.
Have a lot of
Yes.
benefits. Can you take me back to that moment when you first got in the boots? Like, what was you thinking? Because, when people look at the boots, they initially
Yes.
be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to fall. Like, this looks really bad. So tell me, walk me through your experience of like, when you first got in a pair of rebound boots, period.
Yes. Oh my God, I have to tell you this. I was one of the ones that they would say, oh my God, I cannot do this. I will never again. But you guys, this is a thing that you have to change your mindset. Nothing is impossible in life. I learned that from the beginning. You have to be positive, and that's what I want to encourage to everybody, to be positive. Never say never. Never say I cannot do this. You can do it. If I can do it, if you can do it, everybody can do it. The
Period.
first time, but I was
Yeah.
like this. I was a little negative. I'm like, oh my God, these boots are so hard, I won't be able to do that, I will fall. I was like that. But let me tell you, it was amazing. Since the first time that I put those fit boots on, and I tell everybody, you're not gonna fall. It has grip. It helps you out with your core, with your balance, but you won't fall. I promise you guys, you won't fall. I'm such a chicken. I'm scared. I'm scared, like even to the roller coasters. I don't even go to roller coasters, guys. I'm scared of
OMG.
that, but I can jump high. I'm telling you. No, it's the first moment. So, a girlfriend introduced me to these boots, and I'm like, oh my God, it looks so cool. Like everybody's jumping on the air.
Yes.
I wanna be, because when you jump on the air, you feel freedom.
Yes.
You feel this
Freedom.
energy. I love
Yes.
it. Just the feeling
Uh-huh.
to be like flying. Of course, we're not
Yes.
birds, but
It's
but
amazing.
just
Mhm.
the just the
Mhm.
feeling like flying. It's amazing. You have no idea, guys, how can you get recharged
Mhm.
after jumping with these boots? Even just 15 minutes
15
jumping, I
minutes.
promise you, even if you do 10 minutes, you won't want to take those boots out.
Mhm.
Never, never, because
Mhm.
I love it. So I put those boots and I'm like, oh my God, like baby steps.
Right.
I was trying, and then I said, no, this is, I want to jump.
Oh
I
my
just
gosh.
so Jackson, I just went straight hardcore, started jumping. I said, I'm gonna do it. I
Gonna
don't
go
know
right
how, but
into
I
it.
will.
Yes.
So yeah, so that's how I started. But baby steps first. Like it's like, oh, one, two, one, two, little by little. The same way you told me,
Yes.
jumping with the rope. Remember I told you,
Right.
it's like, Jackson, this
Yes.
is too
It was
hard.
too. Did you when you first got in a pair of boots, did you feel your pressure on your knees or your hips or ankle? Did you feel any like
Nothing. No, guys. Let me tell you, Jackson. No, nothing at all. If you, but this is the thing, though, that I have to let you know for sure. You need to get the right size for sure
hmm
for you, because if you get like a smaller boot or bigger boot, no, it has to be the right size for you. Something that you are really comfortable with,
hmm
because they're like shoes. You just they're like, imagine that you just have tennis shoes.
Right.
I didn't have any pressure, nothing at all. It's so safe.
hmm
So you just can have the boots right there, put in your ankle. If it's your first time, I always recommend like longer socks
hmm
so it protects, your ankles and stuff. But
Right.
other than that, nothing. They're so safe and they're so easy. People think it's so difficult when they see us
hmm
jumping. No,
Right.
it is very easy. What I will say is a little harder is doing jumping rope with the
Yeah,
boots.
that's a different
That's
level.
more challenging,
It
but
is.
not impossible. Guys, I did it.
And you don't have to
I did
do
it.
and you don't have to do a lot of it. You can start off with 5 minutes a day of
Yeah,
jumping, and that will definitely change your mood. Mental health is such a huge component when it comes to bouncing because when you're trying to navigate through life stressors and it's community, when you're with other jumpers as well, that kind of helps you get through that healing. For me, when I first got in the boots, I felt like I was a little kid. As a little child, I felt safe, and being in that kind of mental zone was healing for me because at that moment I didn't feel threatened. I just was just happy. I was just a ball of joy, just jumping. And so that's why mental health is something that I like to preach about because of the fact that the benefits of it for helping you improve your mind, improve how you think, and improve all those different levels. So on top of the lymphatic system, when you
of
rebound,
course.
the lymphatic system clears up too. So that's another part. Um,
Yes.
I have a question. So, can you discuss a specific time when you had to reinvent yourself to overcome a personal or professional setback? And that can be connected to how you said with fitness. Yeah, just the idea,
Of course. Yes.
experience.
Definitely. That's to me. When I had this setback, like I said, losing my husband or through all these losses, I started with fitness. I remember a week after he died. Of course, everybody grieved with you. Everybody, shares your pain as well. But I decided to go back on the field. I was very, I was very in that point. I was in shock, yes, of course,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, I said to myself, this is a setback, but I have to keep going on because, guys, life goes on.
Right.
And then we have to make it happen. And, as a woman, it was hard because I was alone in this country. My husband was my only family. All my family is
Mm-hmm.
back in Peru. And I'm here alone, but I have my three little babies, my doggies, and they needed me because of course that's one other thing. They were my angels.
Mm-hmm.
Dogs are amazing, guys. I'm a dog mom, and the love
Yeah.
of an animal is an unconditional. I have to say that always because they also help me out to navigate through all of this grief process. And fitness, like I said, after a week he passed, I decided to go back because we need, it's in us, it's your inner strength that you have to do it. And I felt like I needed to it for mental health wellness for sure. I didn't want to take any pills. I didn't even do therapy, being honest, guys, but I do recommend therapy because yes, sometimes we do need it. I didn't want to do it, maybe because I was too young and I was like, I can do it myself. But I think always therapy helps. But the moment was like I start with fitness, and like you say, when you do jumping rope, when you do bouncing with fit boots, when you do dancing, it's like the endorphins that your body creates, not only, of course, the benefits that everybody knows, like fat burn, you burn calories,
Right.
it helps with your metabolism, all of that, of course. But for mental health, it helps you a lot because it puts you in a different zone. Every time, as you said, you felt like a little kid when you were jumping. When I jump, when I put those boots on and I jump, I feel so powerful and I feel so
Wow.
energetic.
Wow.
And yes, it makes me feel
Powerful's a
like I
good
can
word.
conquer it all.
Yes.
So it's so good for myself, because sometimes also we talk about self-esteem as well,
Right.
right? Sometimes our self-esteem is low
Mm-hmm.
for many reasons, right? So
Right.
when I put in these boots, I feel like I said, I'm strong enough that I can do everything, that
Yes.
I feel unstoppable. So I love that, and I love feeling unstoppable. That's what
Can
I
you tell
love.
me about one morning you woke up and you weren't feeling well at all, and it seemed like you were just having all these negative thoughts in your mind? At one moment that you was like, you told yourself like, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna rebound or do fitness today. Can you tell me? Can you take me back to that moment and how that emotion changed throughout the day just from making that one move?
Of course, and what you just asked me, it happened to me a lot, many times. How many mornings I woke up depressed, like feeling like nothing is worth it in this life, feeling bad about myself, feeling that my life is not going on, that my life doesn't have a purpose. But then what I do is I look at myself in the mirror, and that's a great exercise. And I look, and as I'm crying, as I'm bawling, sometimes, I say, Gloria, you can do this. Life is yours. Let's go on. Let's go teach Zumba. Let's teach body works. Let's
Yes.
teach, jump, feet boots. Let's
Hmm.
jump. Let's do it because this day is starting and this
Hmm.
day is going to get better. And you know what? That takes a lot because a lot of people are
Hmm.
not strong enough to do that, but that's a great exercise. I'm telling you, Jackson, until now, because we always have bad days and good days, like everybody, right?
Right.
For example, to me, August is a very emotional month,
Right.
always.
Hmm.
Always. It has been. So I always, sometimes when I wake up, I said, no. I said, Gloria, let's go. Life goes on. Let's put these boots on. Let's jump.
Yes.
Let's jump into life. That's what I said.
Exactly.
And make it happen
Uh,
today.
and it always starts with the little. So sometimes it may be hard, but just maybe one positive thing and just kind of drive the day, because sometimes people think it's a big thing. It's like, no, just bring it down. Be like, you know what? I'm going to say that today my hair is pretty and I'm going to go ahead and accomplish my goals I have for today. And when you make it much more smaller, it's so much more easier to think, positive, because then you can just kind of drive that. It's like it's a mustard seed, you know, and you speak things into existence. So as you're talking to yourself, I talk to myself all the time too. I look in the mirror as well, and you have to tell yourself, you have to give yourself that esteem that you need to be able to combat life.
Yeah, you
And
have to just remember yourself. You just have to remind yourself
right,
that you're worth it. And like you say, it's absolutely right. Just a little by little, you don't have to conquer the entire world in a day, but just
exactly.
little by little. Today I
Hmm.
woke up and it's like Jackson, or like when you're talking to yourself in the
Right.
mirror, I am Jackson, and today
Hmm.
I am gonna work in this project only,
Exactly.
or
Exactly.
exactly. You don't have to. It's guys, it's little by little. The same. Everybody asked me, and that's something that I just wanted to also mention as well. One more time about grief, because so many people ask me about the process of grief. Like I
Hmm.
said, it's grief never ends, never ends. Unfortunately, it doesn't.
No.
I mean, I wish I can have another answer, but just yesterday people were asking me, and unfortunately, I have to say it never ends. But you learn how to cohabit, and you learn how to cope.
The cope.
And you
Exactly.
take it a step. You learn how to cope, and step by step is day by day. And at the
Right.
end of the day, you just have to remember, which is hard. It's very easy to say it. It's only when
Exactly.
you go through it, it's like you know what's the pain, right? But it's
Right.
just little by little, just remembering this person, this loved one, how meaningful this loved one was in your life, and live with the good memories, live with the good moments. No, so I always wanna say that, because everybody asks me a lot of times like about grief, and I said no, it never ends. But I promise you, it doesn't get better,
Hmm.
but you learn how to cope, and you
Exactly.
learn how to deal with it, and it just takes time. But like I said, it's little by little, day by day. The
Mhm.
same with the rebounding, is day by day, in your hardest moment, in your worst moments. Just
Just,
wake up
just
and say,
you're gonna do
I
good.
will do
You're gonna
this
do good.
today. Yeah.
Just to just to shed a little light on there, not too much. I know we have a little less time.
Yeah.
So at one point, you say you tried to commit suicide,
No,
and
no, I didn't. My husband is the one who did it. No,
oh, okay.
no,
I'm
I never.
sorry. I'm
Well,
sorry.
maybe I
Okay.
didn't. I didn't mention it right, because we talk about family that were the survivors of somebody who. Because we always say the person who killed themselves, right?
Mhm.
The person who does it is gone, but the ones that we are behind, because the guilt, that maybe we
Right.
couldn't
Big
do
guilt from it.
anything. The guilt, yeah. And
Oh.
the kill is something that it can kill you. I feel guilty for so many years, because I thought I could have do more.
Mm,
I thought, I was thinking what else I could have, but like I said, you cannot help someone who doesn't want to be
that's
helped.
true.
And when you get to the
Right.
point to take your life,
Mm-hmm.
when you get to that point, when you hit the
Hit the
bottom,
bottom.
it's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, nobody can do anything. Unfortunately, that's how it is. But for so many years I lived with this guilt,
Mm-hmm.
thinking, what could have I do? I mean, was I bad
Mm-hmm.
as a wife? I
Right.
fail as a wife. I failed, because then you consider yourself a failure,
Mm-hmm.
because when you get married, in my case, right, I got married in order to create a family, with a dream of having a family, and when somebody like this, like all of a sudden from night to day is not there, it's like, did I fail? What did I do wrong? And that's something that it can kill you too. It kills you inside. It's nothing like, nobody will see, nobody will tell, but it's something that you have it inside. And that's, for example, something that I never talk about it, and I'm open right now, because it took me years. It took me years to deal with myself. I
Mm-hmm.
never I never attempted with my life. I always thought that there is more. The life goes on.
Mm-hmm.
But also I had a lot of support. My mother has been a great supporter. I mean, I think without my mother, I won't be here also, because my mother has been my rock
Mm-hmm.
all these years. It was so important to have her in my life. She did a lot for me, supporting me emotionally. So yeah, but like I said, it's just that sometimes it's the guilt that you have that inside, and that kills you too. And I knew many cases like the husband killed himself, and then the wife did it too, because
Yeah.
we feel, it's sad, but it happens.
And that's why it's so important, the fact that when you're rebounding, you feel powerful. Because at one moment, you didn't feel so powerful.
No.
And that's why I love about bouncing, because it's like these emotions and the negative thoughts that you have that will create these emotions of sadness. For that moment, it just disappears and you're free. Not to say that you're never going to have those thoughts again, but at least for that moment, you can heal and recharge and tackle life again. That's what I love about rebounding. I know we're coming down for our last minute. Just for the world, thank everybody for tuning in. What's something that you want to leave on somebody's mind today? Something small that they can start their mental health journey on, or in the morning, just like you said, the look in the mirror. But what's something else that can start off their morning to begin their mental health wellness?
Of course. First of all, Jackson, thank you so much. This is our first live interview, and I hope it's the first of many. And I
Yes.
hope we are helping others, to
Yes.
rebound in life, because
Uh-huh.
rebounding, guys, is very important. I always say we need to bounce through life. So please,
Yes.
yes, bouncing
Bounce
through life is
through life.
yes, it's always. I think that's how we have to do it. And like I said, I hope we are helping others with the stories of our life stories, and inspiring and motivating at the same time. What I will say, just to finish, Jackson, rebounding, what it helps me rebounding, besides looking in the mirror, besides, those exercises. I think every day in the morning also as well, you have to check. It's like we change the settings on our phones when we want to. You have to change your mind settings. That's very
Exactly.
important. Change your mind settings little by little. Don't be negative. You have to be positive in life always. And I learned that in the hard ways. I was a negative person always. It's like I never see, when they say you see the glass half full of water, I would say, oh, the glass is half empty. It's like, oh, it's almost empty. I used to be like that.
Uh-huh.
No, you don't have to. You need to be positive. And one of the exercises besides the mirror that I always do is like change your mind setting every day when you wake up in the morning. First of all, be thankful for one more day
Exactly.
in this earth.
Okay.
Be thankful, be grateful
Mm-hmm.
that you are alive,
Mm-hmm.
that you have two hands, two arms, two legs, you
Right.
have a roof to live,
Exactly.
you have a place to live, you have food in your table. Be grateful, guys, and be humble. Be
Mm-hmm.
humble always. So I think that helps you a lot every single day. And
Mm-hmm.
then, of course, in the worst days, just look at yourself in the mirror and say, I am Gloria Jimenez. I am here and I can do this. I can
Yes.
rebound. That's
Yes.
what and then, you know, find something that it makes you happy. For us, and I would recommend you guys seriously,
Mm-hmm.
feet boots. Bouncing gives you this. It's like you say, it's not like you're gonna forget your pain, of
Right.
course,
Yeah.
but it helps you go through it. It helps you navigate through it.
Mm-hmm.
Bouncing, jumping
Mm-hmm.
creates endorphin in your body,
Yes.
makes you stronger. And
Makes you
then at the
stronger.
same time, you're burning calories. You have to read all the benefits, not only, emotionally, but the same physical, keeps you active.
Mm-hmm. It keeps
Because we
you
need to
active.
be active. Being active, I was just talking to my girlfriend today, and we were talking about this. You need to be active in life, proactive,
Yes.
you know, always like this. Cardio. So jumping helps you out, bouncing helps you out with a lot of things, not only, like I said, emotionally, but physically
Mm-hmm.
at the same time. So I really recommend you guys to get on those boots. Just try them. Just try
Mm-hmm.
them once.
Right.
I'm telling you, I promise you, you're gonna love it. You're gonna
Now,
love it.
for your Spanish followers, is there anything you want to say to them? Because I know you had some people who commented in Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, so if
Oh
there's
my
anything
god,
you want to say,
yeah. I
I can
know,
smile.
right? Hola, ¿cómo están a todos? Gloria Jiménez aquí, ¿no? Para todos ustedes. Estábamos hablando, esta es una entrevista que estamos hablando de todo lo que es salud mental. Así que les digo, un consejo para todos, siempre estén positivos y levántense todos los días, todas las mañanas, agradecidos, agradecidos por tener vida, por tener salud, por tener dos brazos, dos piernas, por tener un techo, tener comida. Sean agradecidos siempre con la vida y sean positivos. Cambien esa mentalidad negativa y sean positivos.
Thanks so much.
That was in
All
Spanish.
my, all those, hola, my
Hola.
Yamo Jack, Jumping Jackson. Very basic.
I am gonna teach you. I'm gonna teach you Spanish, Jackson. Next time we have to talk in Spanish, you and I. You
Oh,
have to say,
Lord.
okay, to all the Spanish speaking community, say hola, ¿cómo están, amigos?
Okay. Hola,
Hola,
okay. Hola, hola, ¿cómo estás, amigas, amigos?
amigas. Good.
Look
Te
at
amo.
that. I
That's the
try.
first lesson in Spanish.
But thank you
Oh my
again
God.
so much. I know you have to get out of here, and thanks for everybody for tuning in. Uh, stay updated. I'm gonna be having we're gonna have more interviews like this,
Yes.
and as we promote rebounding, um, Gloria will be teaching classes for those of you who live out in the Beverly Hills, Hollywood area. So if you're interested in a class, she's gonna be posting. I'm going to be out there as often as I can, and we'll do it together and have a great time. Okay, guys?
We need
So,
to do master classes too, Jack. So
yes,
I think
we can do
we have
master
a lot. We
classes.
have a lot of surprises, guys, for you with Fit Boost rebounding.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna be great. I think this is gonna be our year, Jackson. You and I,
Yes.
we're gonna teamwork. Woo!
Teamwork makes the dream work. Ew. Okie dokie.
Yes.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye,
Gloria.
Jackson.
Bye bye.
Bye,
Thanks.
love.